today we're in for a doozy because we just pulled up the 2024 GMC Sierra Denali. I'm not really going to be an expert on this one, guys. There's a lot of features. That's why I grabbed somebody who does know a lot about it. Hey, John.
Brian, how are you, buddy?
Doing well. John and Brozik's salesman here at Smale Buick GMC in Greensburg, and today we're going to take this vehicle on a test drive. Let's go. If you're interested in a Sierra, come check us out. We're online at smalegmc.com. John, the exterior color is very vibrant here, even in this overcast day, right?
Yeah, white frost trico.
Gigantic chrome grille with that GMC logo, the LED headlights and the running lights there.
Yep.
Look really good. Are those fog lights down there as well?
Yeah, they are. You can turn those on. It has automatic high beams. The Denalis are all going to come with chrome recovery hooks up front, kind of just match that whole Denali aesthetic with the chrome everywhere.
So let's talk about the chrome on those tires, right? Those look huge.
Yeah, 22s on that. It's actually part of the Denali Reserve Super Cruise package, which this vehicle has.
So we have Super Cruise. Can't wait to test that out.
Super Cruise. Another cool feature are these multi-pro retractable power steps.
Okay.
So they're really cool because when you open the doors, they're going to slide on out.
Yes.
Make it easy to get in and out. When you close it, they're going to go back under. But they also have a cool little feature. So on the end of each one of these running boards is a little button. You just hit it with your foot, and that thing's going to retract back to the rear wheel.
Wow.
That way there, if you have anything towards the back of the cab or the back of the bed here,
you can get in there.
Makes it a little bit easier for you to get up in there, so you can stand up in there and reach down inside.
So I have the key fob on me here, John, to get into the vehicle. Obviously, we have this keyless entry system here. One press of the button unlocks the door. Another press is going to lock it back up, right?
Right. Two presses will unlock all the doors. The button on the passenger side door handle, you hit that, it's going to unlock all four doors. This one's optioned with the 6.2 V8. That's going to jump right out at you. There on that front fenders there, they have that. Whether it's the 6.2 V8, the 5.3 V8, or the diesel, you'll be able to tell right there because it'll have it right across the side.
Let's make no mistake about it, you're going to hear it before you see that.
Yeah, the other thing this has is actually optioned with the active exhaust. Cool thing about that is while it's sitting idling, it's going to actually make some noise. And then there's some active valve shutters that are actually in this exhaust, so when you get on it, those valves open up and it gets a little bit louder. So a little bit more performance oriented. Towing capacity on the Denali is going to be right around 8,900 pounds.
Now let's talk about the tailgate here, right? Because we have the multi-pro tailgate in the back.
Yep.
We have multiple ways to get into the trunk. Obviously, we have these steps here on either side.
Yeah.
Easy to get up into the, but the multi-pro tailgate, can you kind of tell me how this works here?
Yeah, so tailgate's going to be locking. Anytime you have all four doors of the truck locked, the tailgate is also going to be locked.
Okay.
But then you're going to see that you have the two buttons, so that upper button is going to release the inner tailgate. So when you do that, you pop open, you can fold it down, use this as a work surface.
Yeah.
And then you can also flip that up as a load stop. So if you have something that's a little bit longer, you don't really want to strap down, you can not have to worry about it. Use that load stop.
So if I want to bring the whole thing down, right?
Yep, you're just going to hit that bottom button. That's going to do the main gate itself.
And this is a soft close too, I'm noticing.
So yeah, the soft drop, you know, so it's not going to bang down on you. And then again, while this is down, you can flip that kind of step up there, use that again as a load stop.
Yeah, that's great.
Or you can reach up underneath there, hit that upper button again. That's going to drop that inner gate, which is giving you a little bit of better access to, you know, loading and unloading out of the bed. And then you can fold that step down, and you can use it as a multiple. Use it as a step to get up in and out of there. You can use it as a seat.
I love it as a seat.
If you need it, you can flip that handle up there. Use that grab handle to get you in and out.
Yeah, that's nice to have.
Real easy to put it down. You just lift it up a little bit, hit this side lever to unlock it, and then slide it back down into the lock position.
Obviously, the trunk itself has a nice liner to it. It's protected.
Yeah, got the GM spray-in liner, and you're going to see there along the back of the cab, you do have the Denali emblem.
Getting up into the back seats, obviously some nice wood accents on here, some black leather with some great stitching. Looks like gray stitching in there. We have black perforated leather on the seats with that stitching continuing. And man, there's just a lot to this back seat. First thing I'm noticing in here is that the top half here actually comes up. So I feel like I have a lot more space vertically in here. Some other things, obviously we have the armrest here with 2 cup holders and a middle section for holding some things. In these seats, I'm noticing actually, John, there's a little bit of storage in here, isn't there?
Yeah, behind the backs of both of the outboard seats, you have that little storage compartment that you can pull open.
Down below here, we have 2 little buttons here. That's for our heated seats, the back seats, right?
Yeah, but again, both these outboard seats in the rear are going to be heated, so you have 3 settings for those: high, medium, and low.
That's cool. We also have the ventilators back here, as well as a USB-C and a USB charging ports back there. We have some additional storage on the back of these seats, but up here we also have additional 2 cup holders. So that's really great to have.
Yeah. The other feature that this one has too in the back, right, you notice you do have the floor liners.
Oh, yeah.
In this, and these actually have the removable carpet area. So
cool.
You know, you kind of have the best of both worlds with this. You have, you know, the carpet for the luxury, you know, of the Denali end. But, you know, winter time or whatever, if you want to keep this carpet clean, you can actually just snap that carpeting section out.
Yeah, I would see. Yeah, you just pull that up.
And it's just, you know, rubber tread the whole way underneath there. And this rear section, you'll see the split right down along the middle.
Also in these back seats, looks like you can have some additional storage underneath. All you have to do is flip up those seats. And you have a lot of space back here without these seats.
Yeah. The Denalis are going to come standard with this, you know, this that's the standard little storage bin that you have back there. And you can option it out to a bigger bin that actually goes the whole way out. It will end at the front of the bottom of the seat there, and then goes all the way up, and it has covers. So it gives you a little bit more storage space, but your jack and everything will fit in this one along with the bigger one.
All right, well, that's a lot of stuff in the back seats. Let's jump up front and see all the crazy stuff that's up there next. Getting in the front seats of the Sierra Denali for the first time here, John, man, everything looks great. We have the black leather with stitching up top. We have that wood finish here.
Yeah.
I think I just found a glove box, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
that's
one of them. Yeah. One of them. We got the upper one there. You got a lower glove box, which is actually lockable down here.
Well, let's start this thing up. I'm going to go ahead and hit the engine start stop button, which is here. And we have a digital display in front of us, which is great. So the steering wheel here, John, on the left side, we have our safety features and our adaptive cruise control. On the right side, we have our buttons to navigate what's in front of us here on the dashboard. I don't want to go into too great a detail with that, but we have our button for hanging up our phone. We have a push to talk button. So do we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in this vehicle?
Yep, wireless, both of those.
Awesome, great to hear. Going to this infotainment screen real quick here, John, it looks like it includes navigation and some Google features, right?
Yeah. So it has a built-in Google Assistant. You can do things, you know, if you have a Google account, you can do things like listen to podcasts on there. You can listen to the news. This does have built-in Amazon Alexa. You can also start the truck from your Amazon at home, or your Alexa at home, and then you can also do stuff from the truck to your Alexa, so turn on lights and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Looks like you have a ton of different features here that we could go spend hours talking about, but we'll keep this short. I imagine people who are looking at this and seeing the Google stuff and maybe have iPhones, they're going to wonder, is there a compatibility issue? Can I still use my iPhone with it?
Yep. Yeah. No compatibility issues whatsoever. Like I said, does still have the built-in Apple CarPlay, so not an issue there at all.
Looking over here, just below the infotainment screen, we have our seats and our AC settings. Looks like we have cooled and heated seats for the driver and the passenger there.
Yep.
We have a heated steering wheel and obviously our AC settings there. Down below here, it looks like we're going to have our lane keep assist, parking sensors, idle engine off button. That's, you know, whenever you come to a complete stop, the engine will shut off.
Right. Yeah. And that's becoming pretty standard now that they're actually installing the buttons on there to turn that feature off if you so inclined to.
You can put down the tailgate with a button here.
Yeah.
Four-way flashers, our stability control, and then what is this button here?
So that's a downhill assist, and what that does is it uses your transmission along with your anti-lock brakes. in downhill situations. So if you're off-road, if you're going down a hill, maybe in the wintertime, a little slippery, what that does is that will actually use those features, the transmission and the brakes, to hold you between 2 and 18 miles an hour. You don't have to touch the brake. Just let your foot off it, whatever speed in between there, and it's going to keep you at that speed going down the hill. So that way there are 2 hands on the wheel. You don't have to worry about, you know, maybe over braking and causing yourself to slide. This way here it puts everything in the computer for the truck.
Well, it looks like on the right side we also have a button for our windows too.
Yeah, so that's another thing. You got the 4 windows down, so if you hit that button, nice feature, I guess, you know, if it's summertime.
Little cubby up front to store some things, as well as a USB-C and a USB-A charger there. 2 cup holders. You have your shifter here, pretty easy to use. There's a little button on the side, right? I'm just gonna press that in and go forward for reverse, slightly back there for drive, and then, you know, back again there for the low, but just slightly forward there for the neutral, and park is push in.
And then you also have your trailer brake, your built-in trailer brake on here. So it's a nice, easy place to get to. So if you are pulling anything, maybe a trailer that has brakes on it, hook that up, and you know, you can set your brakes with that. Or if you need a little boost, you can squeeze that button there and boost those.
The armrest here has black leather perforated with the stitching, and whenever I lift this up, it's going to be, yeah, that's a huge armrest with storage in there.
Yep, and you do have that little tray that comes out of there, so you got some storage.
That is so big. That's just a lot of space in there.
Yep.
You have a USB-C, a USB-A, a wireless charger in here, as well as a 3-prong 120 house outlet.
Yeah, so you have that there. Also, you have one of those in the bed also.
Up top we have the sunroof. We can easily tilt it with the button on the right side, and on the left side we can actually slide it. So one press all the way back, really nice to have. Obviously you have a windscreen up there, so it's going to cut back from the wind noise and the bugs and stuff that would come into the cabin whenever you're driving. It looks like we have up here, we have our garage door opener type section. Do we have we can open up the back window here, can't we?
Yeah, so you can open that as much or as little as you want. So if you push it up, you just hold it, it'll open the whole way.
Yeah.
Or you can just stop it anywhere in between. And
up here we also have our buttons for our OnStar SOS type system there. That's, you know, great to have. That's something that you can sign up for with your GMC, right?
Yeah. So depending on the vehicles, this one actually comes, because you do have the Super Cruise, so this one actually comes with a 3-year premium subscription to OnStar, which is going to give you 3 years of built-in Wi-Fi, 3 years of the crash response, along with 3 years of the app that you can download on your phone.
Let's talk about this rear view mirror, right? Because it's not just a normal mirror.
No, it's not. It's mirror / camera.
Right now, I can see a cameraman in my back seat. Let's say I have the back seat full of stuff, or maybe kids are distracting me, whatever the case is.
Right.
I then just flip this down, right? Now I have a video camera displayed in the back here. And what this is doing, I can increase the brightness, I can zoom in on whatever I want, and I can also tilt that up and down to see what is behind me. John, I'm noticing another thing right in front of me is the heads-up display. Looks like we have our safety features up there, our miles per hour, and is my navigation.
There are different pages that you can go through.
Oh, there are.
Your speedometer is always going to be up there, but then you can pull up other things. So
safety features are on there. We can also see our if we're in 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive.
Yeah. So the safety features is a big one, just because you don't have to take your eyes off the road.
John, that was a lot of features on the inside of this vehicle. Let's get this thing out on the road. Let's test some of them out.
Sounds good.
Putting the vehicle into reverse here, John, we obviously have these projected lines that change angle whenever I turn my steering wheel. We can see how far I am from anything around me. Obviously, we have a 360 view on the left-hand side as well.
Yeah. The overhead view is huge, especially with a truck this size, and really any truck this size. It can be a little tricky parking, pulling in and out of spots. So, that above view just really makes it easy for you to see what's going on.
And there are so many different angles that you can look here. Obviously, you can see the way that your tires are turning here.
Yeah.
You can see above the front of your vehicle, above the back of your vehicle. You can get your normal view on there. There's a view of the front of your vehicle again. You have the trailer, you know, to line up your trailer. It's great. You have, is that the bed? Yeah, there's the bed camera.
So that's the bed camera.
That's
and this
cool.
is nice because you actually, there's a little plus down in that lower left corner, so you can zoom in a little bit. And when you zoom in, you can see that those two bed lights in the back are on. So that's why I'm saying that, you know, at night, if you have something strapped down and you hear something moving around, you can actually hit that button, bring that camera up, and see what's going on.
And that's great. You also have two different ways to line up the back of your vehicle.
So the one would just be obviously for your normal parking. That straight line would be for if you're trying to hook up to a trailer.
In reverse here, we're near a busy intersection, and I just got a buzz in my seat, an alert visually there that there's a vehicle coming from my left side as I'm in reverse, so I definitely hit the brakes there. Great for busy, you know, parking lot situations.
Yeah, warranty for this is a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, and then a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain.
Let's test out some of these safety features. First thing I want to test out is the cruise control, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and set my cruise control, and I notice that it is registering a vehicle in front of me here. So on the dashboard, there's actually a little green indicator. So I know right now that we are registered because we're going slower than I have set, and that green car is there. I have the cruise control set to 48 miles per hour. We're going about 37, 38 now. Just registering that car in front of me. I also see it on my heads-up display, which is great. And will this bring us all the way down to a complete stop if they would come to a stop?
It absolutely will, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the adaptive cruise will, you know, start to slow you down, and if the car in front of you stops, it will bring you to a complete stop.
So the next feature I have active is the lane keep assist. So I'm just going to inch over here to the left, and all that's doing is kind of turning the steering wheel and pinballing me between the lines of the road there, right?
Yeah.
Just keeping me within the lines. It's great to have for a larger truck like this, because it's just looking out for me and making sure, you know, I can't always see over the top of this truck, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's one of those things where as you start to get close to the line, that's when it activates. So it doesn't allow you to cross the line. You'll start getting close. It's going to want to push you back over into the lane, obviously, to keep you from going over the line.
Something else just popped up on my dashboard here, John. So let's take a look at that.
We got the Super Cruise availability. So you'll see that right now, just a little white steering wheel. Showing you that you are driving in an area right now where Super Cruise is actually mapped out, and you're able to use it.
So to activate it, what do I do?
You're just going to hit that little steering button right down there on the bottom.
All right.
And you'll see the steering wheel now turn green, along with the green indicator on the top of your steering wheel.
Oh yeah, it's this vehicle right now is driving itself. It's set to 59 miles per hour, which is what I have the cruise control set at, right? And it's just made us turn around that bend perfectly. Yeah,
and again, this will, you know, as long as you're on a highway, doesn't work on any roads where there's a lot of stoplights, stop signs, doesn't do that. It's just all highway driving. So as long as you're in an area that is mapped out by GM, again, those little indicators will pop up.
And let's talk about something else that this does. If I want to change lanes, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and turn on my right turn signal here, and it's going to go to auto lane change. So it's just going to wait for the ideal opportunity to get me over into the right lane. Auto lane change is active, so it's doing that right now. I actually felt a buzzing in my seat.
Yeah.
And right there, it changed lanes for us.
Yeah. So the thing it's going to do is it took a little bit longer, you know, than maybe some people expected to do, but what it's making sure that there is you're not too close to a car that's in the right lane. So there was a car that was in the right lane there behind us. It just wanted to make sure that it's not cutting that car off. So it gives itself enough space to safely change lanes.
And I'm gonna hit the accelerator. Wow. So that's a V8 engine, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. That's it actually put us right up so fast this 4Runner didn't see us coming that fast.
Yeah, and again, you know, before this active exhaust was an available option, they did have aftermarket exhausts that you could, you know, we had customers that would come in and, you know, just to give it a little bit more noise, but you kind of had that noise all the time. And you can see here when you're really not on the throttle, you can hear that exhaust kind of kick in when you get into the throttle. So when it's just under a normal driving like it is right now, it's fairly subdued and quiet, because obviously, you know, especially in a Denali, you're talking more of the luxury end of things. So, you know, most people aren't going to want, you know, that loud exhaust all the time.
I do have a vehicle approaching on my left side. The mirror will light up. When I turn on the turn signal, that'll actually flash at us, right, to alert me that somebody's over there.
Right. Yeah, that blind spot's a nice feature to have.
I will say that I've had this Super Cruise active here for a while, and it definitely is taking care of, even during this busy traffic-filled drive, it's taking care of us and watching it. It's actually turning the lane by itself here. I didn't have to touch any of this.
Yeah, so at that point you could see it kind of drop down what you had the speed set to at 59. Actually dropped down about 10 miles an hour slower than what you had the cruise set to. So again, it did its thing. It checked to make sure that there was nobody in the left lane, nobody coming. It switched lanes to speed you up, get you around this car.
Well, I'm really impressed by it. It definitely is. Oh, here we have Super Cruise disengaged here. Looks like we hit the end of our map area.
Yep. Yeah, so you're going to see all the way off to the left. Obviously, you saw it, the parking brake button. That's electronic parking brake. You just hit the button, it will engage itself. The nice thing is the days of driving away with your parking brake on are gone with these electronic parking brakes like this. So you can either hit the button to disengage it, put it in drive, or reverse. Just give it a little bit of gas, it'll disengage itself, so you have no worry of driving away with it on. To the right of that, you're going to have your buttons for your drive line. So basically you have your two-wheel drive button. You have an auto button, which is kind of like an all-wheel drive. It's going to be mainly rear wheel with, you know, some power to the front wheels as necessary. So kind of think of it as the all-wheel drive systems that you see a lot in SUVs. And then you have your four-wheel high and four-wheel low. So those are for, you know, your kind of crazier, more extreme needs in the four-wheel drive. You have some driving modes, so you're going to have a normal drive mode, a sport, and an off-road. And those things are going to actually just change some of the features in the truck while you're driving it. So you'll notice some change to the steering wheel, the way that it shifts, and the sensitivity of gas and the brake pedal. Along with, you know, some, in the sport mode, you'll see a little bit of a change in the suspension also because of the magnetic ride.
Wow, so the 2024 Sierra Denali is just jam-packed full of all these really great features. Really excited about this one. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure to get back to you. Or you can come see us right off Route 30 in Greensburg, right, John?
Yeah, right down the road from Westmoreland Mall. Or you can even check us out on the web at smailgmc.com.
That's going to do it for our test drive today. So until next time, enjoy the ride.
Thanks, guys.